This is kick turn. Right, gear guard, and you'll do a little kick. Shoe comes off.
That feels crazy. Look at that. You go 180 and then you go into a 360.
So you probably saw some years ago we sort of teased what this feature could be, and we spoke a lot about quad motors over the whole Rivian journey, about having quad motors and torque vectoring and how it enables you to do individual wheel control. But we never really knew how to get this feature out into the wild. You know, we didn't want it to just be just what you saw, and the really cool part is when you can actually use it while you're moving. So, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it from the from the movement. This is a super dynamic feature. You're turning wheels on opposite sides of the car in different directions. That works while you're static, but it also works while you're moving around. And we've tried to design this feature to be super usable. So this is basically obsoleting 3-point turns. You never need to do that again when you're on a trail and you're on a super tight space. You're trying to navigate your way around a tree or an obstacle, or something's a little bit too hard to maneuver, and the cameras are great. You can use those to your advantage to see what's around you, but this is a completely different way to drive a car. Now you can turn on the spot, you can turn low speed, you can use it to navigate tight trails, and we're super excited to get you guys in it and let you drive it.
With this, or is this just tank turn repackaged?
Physically, we're turning the wheels on opposite sides of the car in opposite directions. There's nothing new about what you're seeing now versus what you saw then. The difficulty, or what that was then, was just a static piece. And we've seen other people do this in the industry. What we think is really novel, what we're doing here, which is entirely unique, is allowing you to do that while you're moving around. It's a super easy to use. There's going to be a small learning curve there, but this is a way to drive a car that nobody else is implementing.
So tank turn was supposed to functionally only be used stationary originally. Kick turn can be used stationary, we saw it there, but it can also be used while underway. What's the maximum speed you can be going while doing kick turn?
So right now you're going to be doing this up to 15 kilometers per hour, and that sounds low. I encourage you to get out there and try it, and you start to feel like it's like pulling a handbrake. When you go around those 180 turns at the end, but you don't have to be a rally driver to do it.
All right, now that you've heard what kick turn is meant to do and how it's different from the original tank turn, or the tank turn that Mercedes-Benz has on their electric G-Wagon, let's see it in action, as we can watch it from the outside before we go and actually try it on the inside of the car. So here comes Rivian R1S quad motor, right? That's one of the things you can do with 4 motors, is you can turn the wheels in different directions. And yeah, there he goes. That was not super exciting. I'm hoping that there's some kind of a turn coming up that we can shoot here.
So this is your regular off-road panel. You might remember from launch mode, we introduced this little button in the corner. You've now got one in the off-road panel for kick turn, so hit that, and then swipe gear guard, and you'll do a little kick. Shoe comes off. He's ready to go. So now mode's activated. So now if we just do a little static practice, if you press these outer buttons on the, this.
Okay.
You press these outer buttons.
Yep.
Now it should be coaching you to, oh, it's because your wheels turned. So we're currently out of.
Let me straighten it out.
Yeah, go and straighten up over there, and I'll show you how to.
Yeah, straighten it out. Okay.
So you can't enable the feature when your
wheels
all the way to the left. So now you've got these 2 little black features here. So they're showing these buttons on your steering wheel, and then if you want to turn left, you press the left button, and it will tell you you've pressed one, not the other. So you press and hold it, and now if you press and hold that one at the same time, so it's in the left one at the same time. Yeah, so now it's telling you you'd be rotating left.
Gotcha.
We won't do it here, but when we get to the bottom, that's what we're going to do, and then tip into the pedal, and you'll rotate to the left.
Oh, easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
So I was thinking about Black Bear Pass. Have you done Black Bear Pass?
I haven't actually.
You should do Black Bear Pass, because if you get it wrong, there's a very, very long drop to the bottom to Telluride. And so I'm not sure I would have the wherewithal or the balls to actually try it on Black Bear Pass. I can see how it would be useful.
It's completely reasonable.
But I don't know if it would be terrifying, because even though there's that very first serpentine that when you go over kind of the waterfall area, it's like an 18-point turn. That is less dynamic than this is.
For sure.
So you feel like you're a little bit more control. But,
for sure.
But I'm going to give it out to you guys. Whoever is the first one to take the new Rivian quad motor up and over Black Bear Pass, I want to see a video of you guys actually using this on that very first turn where there's a big rock and there's a 2,000-foot drop.
Maybe
Please.
you change your mind after you've done the training.
Yes, we'll see. Now, when you want to do a full turn like he's doing over there, how do you accomplish that? This will do 180, right? When you do the both.
No, so
it'll just keep going.
It will keep going so long as you stay in the accelerator pedal.
Let me show you. Yeah. Okay.
So long as you stay in the accelerator
just keep
pedal
going.
and you're holding the buttons, you'll keep going. We just want you to do a 180 here, just so that with the 20 vehicles we've got to get through, we're not completely destroying this parking lot. But the idea is for you to use this in maneuvering type situations, so the 180 is perfect here for getting down to the end and turning around and coming back.
Well, I mean, the mind boggles at like the movie possibilities, right? Like you pull up to a police car,
Yeah,
and away you go.
Yeah, you can do the reverse Rockford.
What happens if you're on pavement? Just destroys the...
No, it won't work on pavement.
No?
So we have limits set in the software, so
Okay.
that it recognises the breakaway torque required, and you just won't be able to do it on a pavement surface.
So it'll just say you can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can enable it, but just wouldn't do it.
Exactly.
Because it seems like it would be a lot of driveline, destruction potentially.
Yeah. We tested it, obviously to see what that would feel like, and it's not nice. You know, if you've got any mechanical sympathy, just the tires on the pavement, it's
Screeching and breaking of metal.
Yeah. Well, luckily no breaking of metal, not yet.
And you do dig, a pretty good sized hole.
Yeah, I mean, this earth, we had a bit of rain, it's a little softer, but it's you have to be mindful of where you are.
So can you just point that forward while I do this? I'll give it a shot.
For sure. I'll do my best to hold it steady.
Yeah, thank you.
So if we
I'm gonna get out of the holes that
exactly.
Kyle there. Our man Kyle Connor there from Out of Spec just was ahead of us.
Why don't we go to the end?
All the way to the end. Yeah, a lot of people have been doing kick turns here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys were the first ones to come up with tank turn, and then Mercedes kind of stole it and put it into the electric G-Wagon.
Yeah.
If I'm right, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean,
And now it's kick turn. All right, so here we are. So
right, so let's stop here.
Okay, do I hold the brake?
You don't have to. And then you want to press those two left buttons.
Okay.
So now you can see the features enabled.
Yeah.
You're going to be rotating to the left. That's what that's.
Okay, here we go.
And then why don't we roll up to this other blank space here where there's a bit of a clear patch. Go through some of these.
That's a lot of control. I mean, I pretty much did a 180 there.
Yeah, for sure.
Same thing?
Same thing, go to the right.
Okay, go to the right this time. All right, this time we'll go to the right. That feels crazy. Look at that. We'll do a 180 and then keep going to a 360. Let's see if I can stop this thing. Oh, a little too early.
There you go.
All right, now we're gonna do it while we're driving, right?
Yeah, now the real key is being able to do it while you're moving.
If you find yourself on a tight hairpin turn off-road and you don't have a kick turn like the Rivian, well, maybe you can get something that's just as good or perhaps even better. And of course, I'm talking about Onyx Off-Road, because with Onyx, not only will you know when the hairpin is coming, you'll know just how hard that hairpin will be. So click on the link below and get a 20% discount by using the code TFLoffroad.
Then the next section that they would come into, we're calling the square. These yellow barrels, you'll make a square and just figure out the corners of the vehicle and how it operates with feature. Then you go into a less visible lot, and what we're calling the barrel race. So you'll do a slight little slalom, 90-degree turn, 90-degree turn, and then the last one is to show you that your throttle position matches however you're exiting the turn. So the point here is you learn the controls stationary, but the feature and the really cool part about it is that it is a moving feature.
Yeah, because this is actually something that is new that I think you guys have pioneered, as far as I know.
As far as I'm aware, I
Yeah.
don't think anybody else is using this. I mean, you've got to have 4 motors at the wheel ends in order to do this sort of motion, and there's not that many vehicles with that. And then I don't think anybody's doing this. So if we go to that far left,
Yep.
the speed's perfect,
Yep.
and then you want to hit those 2 left buttons, and then as you press them, tip into the accelerator pedal, and you'll
Okay.
rotate at 90.
Okay, right about here.
Right about here. And then get out of the buttons, and then do it again. That's it. You got the hang of it. And then next one. Yeah, you have to remember not to
It's not the
not
steer.
to turn.
My instincts kicked in.
Yeah.
I almost took out a cone killer. I didn't.
It's the hard bit to sort of
Uh-huh.
get your head dialed into is more accelerator pedal means more rotation.
And-
so when you're like taking that slightly wider radius in,
So you just give it a little more
into the
power.
pedal.
Yeah.
So now we're going to take a right into the next lot.
I don't feel like you're doing much damage to the tires either. I think all T's are built for this, right?
Yeah, I mean when you're moving
Yep.
and you've got that sort of full vehicle motion, it's not so bad, especially on the softer terrain like this.
We're going in there.
We're going in there.
Okay. All right.
You're going to get a look at what these guys are doing as well.
Yeah, let's watch what they're doing. Yeah, let's see what they're up to. Oh, watch out. And he almost took out the call.
He's getting
He got very close.
brave.
What the capability of a quad motor was and what we wanted to do when we took this back and we're trying to figure out how do we bring this to market, how do we bring this to customers. We really went back to the drawing board to figure out what is the problem that we want to solve. The problem that we really started focusing on is, one, how do we reduce the impact on the environment, and then how do we make sure that the maneuverability of the vehicle is second nature for anyone going on a trail. So what we are trying to do here with KickTurn is to make sure that when you're on a tight trail, it becomes second nature for you to just use the controls. You're not getting distracted with the displays. You're just focusing on the trail, and you're getting the audible chimes to keep you in course. And that's what the focus of the feature is, to reduce the interaction with the vehicle. It's more of you focusing on the trail and then just making it just easy to maneuver through. One of the inspirations that we took was the Black Bear Pass on the Trans-America Trail, all the switchbacks that you have. So we created a course which was a replication of that, and then try to figure out how do we make sure this is the smoothest way to get through. And that's where all the speed limits that we set up really came into picture of, okay, what is the limit that we need to set so that customers don't feel like they're out of control with the turn, but they still stay within the course and are able to make the turn in the best way possible.
How for tank turn, your concern was tearing up the earth. How is this more environmentally friendly or less damaging than tank turn would have been?
So the speed limits and the way the torque is sent to the motors really it doesn't mean that you won't still be able to rip. If you try hard, you will be able to, but the intention of the feature is more of when you're transversing the trail, being able to make those 3-point turns much easier.
Please. Is there any possible way this feature can come to Gen 1 Quad, or no?
We don't have the same level of control on Gen 1
I
motors.
figured, I was just asking.
So what I can tell you, the way to get it on your Gen 1 Quad is take your Gen 1 Quad into the Rivian Center and turn it in for a Gen 2 Quad, and then your Gen 1 Quad.
That a lot, and I'm not there yet.
Well,
You can see this is like a little slalom course. So we're going to go through these barrels.
Okay. Tell me what we're gonna do, and I'll shoot it here.
So we're going to go through these barrels. You're going to see them go to the left and make a right turn. And then they're going to go back to the left.
Oh, look at that! It's like a ski slalom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then we're going to go around these 2 final cones. Let's say you're probably going to see Kyle do this, but yeah, you see he's getting fun with it. All right, let's do it.
All right, so it's like an off-road autocross.
Exactly.
I just got to get it into my head that what I'm doing now is steering with the throttle as opposed to the steering wheel.
Exactly.
Okay, all right, I got that.
Trying to keep your steering wheel straight.
Okay.
And everything else is done with the buttons on the
Okay,
pedal.
here we go. So, oh, didn't work. But I did something wrong. Maybe I was going too slow.
No, you shouldn't be going too slow.
Okay.
But let's try again.
Let's do it again. We'll reset. Try it one more time. Okay. There we go.
Just yeah, hold those buttons to the right
Okay,
and then tip in.
there we go. Yeah.
And then same to the left. Keep going.
Oh, I steered again. Gosh darn it, I mean. I started steering and it messes it up when you start steering. All right, now I got it. Don't start steering, Roman. Just use the throttle. I just said I got to remember to keep my...
It's easy done.
Yeah.
And then remember, more pedal means more rotation.
More, yeah, exactly. There we go. There we go. Yeah, now I got it.
And then this one to the left. Yeah, you can do a combination. But you got to
gotta be straight.
You got to have the wheel straight.
Okay.
Get this last one.
Yeah.
That's it. There you go.
Yeah. All right, let me try it one more time. Now that I got my brain.
There's no one behind us, so I think you're okay.
I think the last ones, yeah. Now I got my brain kind of dialed into how I actually make the turn. It's fun. This is so cool. This is like really cool tech. All right, here we go. Left, hard. Okay, there we go. Okay. Right, hard.
That's it. And then to the right. Okay, now you go. And then this last.
I gotta go.
Oh, that's it.
Okay, I got it.
And then sort of roll into this one a little bit slower. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I tried to steer.
Oh, I think you were just over.
Oh, the speed limit, yeah. Well, thank you. That was really fun.
So welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. I have to say, I thought that the tank turn was just going to be kind of a gimmick.
Yeah.
But I can see this having a practical use out on the trail, if for no other reason than to show off to all your buddies who don't have quad motor vehicles.
Well, next thing we're going to do is take it up the trail so we can find out how usable it really is. Your very own Blackbeard Pass.
Yes. All right. And then, like again, you guys or you try it on Blackbeard Pass. I would love to see that. Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Ciao.